Hello, little friends. Today, Michi will tell you about a brave boy who was a bit too playful. His name is ICARUS, and this is the story of the wings of freedom, but also great danger. The story begins with a super smart craftsman named Daedalus, and he had a son, ICARUS, who was always curious and loved to explore, but as fate would have it, the father and son were imprisoned by King Minos in a towering fortress on the island of Crete. And this wasn't just any tower, it was the prison of a terrifying monster. But Daedalus refused to give up. The desire to live, the longing for freedom, completely consumed his mind. He looked up at the sky, saw the birds flying, and suddenly came up with a brilliant idea. So, Daedalus and ICARUS began sketching out their plan. They gathered all the feathers they could find on the island of Crete and used beeswax to bind them onto a wooden frame, creating a pair of giant wings. Daedalus and ICARUS went through many steps, spending a lot of effort and time. Finally, the first pair of wings was completed before flying. Daedalus reminded ICARUS, "Don't fly too low or your wings will get wet. And don't fly too high or the sun will melt the wax." To ensure the wings worked, Daedalus decided to test them first. He flapped his wings and soared gently into the air. ICARUS was so excited. He hurriedly put on the wings without waiting for his father to check them. He took a small jump and boom, he was soaring into the sky. And so, the father and son spread their wings. They waved goodbye to the island behind them and began their journey to freedom. ICARUS shouted excitedly, "This is amazing! We're free!" He swooped around, gliding here and there like a young bird. Daedalus reminded him, "ICARUS, don't fly too high. Remember what I told you?" But ICARUS was too excited to listen, but the boy kept flying higher. He wanted to touch the sky, flying past the fluffy white clouds like the birds. But what will happen next? But there was one thing ICARUS didn't expect. The sun began to radiate intense heat, and the wax on his wings started to melt. Drop by drop, the wax dripped down. Daedalus reached out his hand, but it was too late. He could only watch as his son fell into the deep sea. ICARUS screamed, but no one could hear. He plunged straight into the deep blue waters. The sea swallowed him whole, and then all that remained was silence. The sea rippled gently, as if nothing had ever happened. ICARUS, he flew too close to the sun, and now he is gone. Daedalus flew down, but it was too late. He gazed at the vast ocean, his heart shattered. "ICARUS, my son." But Daedalus knew he had to keep going. He flew away, carrying his sorrow, and named that sea the Icarian Sea in memory of the sun. Daedalus landed on a peaceful island, ready to start a new life. Daedalus sat in his new home, carving a wooden bird, remembering ICARUS. That's it, everyone. ICARUS had the chance to fly to the sky, but he was too reckless. This story teaches us that while freedom is wonderful, we must also listen to advice and not be overly careless. But don't let that stop you from dreaming. The most important thing is to find a balance between ambition and caution. If we prepare well and understand our limits, we can still soar high without fear of falling. So, what do you think if you were ICARUS? What would you do? Remember, our wings are made of knowledge and perseverance. If we use them wisely, we can reach our biggest dreams. And don't forget, along the way, there will always be people who love us, ready to guide and remind us, just like Daedalus did for ICARUS. Listen, learn, and most importantly, keep moving forward with a strong heart and steady wings. My story ends here. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.